Mortal Kombat is easily one of the greatest stress relievers on the planet. Not only do you get to beat your opponents to a bloody pulp, you get to take things a step further and actually kill them in various brutal ways. The Mortal Kombat series has been around for quite some time, so what makes Armageddon special? Well, for starters, take a look at the character roster. One complaint people have had about various versions of Mortal Kombat is that their favorite character from a previous game isn't in it. Midway has eliminated that complaint entirely by putting every single combatant from past games in here, as well as a few new ones to go along with the game's story. Exclusive to the Wii version of the game is Chameleon, with a K, the transparent female ninja with a color-changing outfit, previously only seen in Mortal Kombat Trilogy for the Nintendo 64. Feel free to lord this over your friends who bought the PS2 or Xbox version of the game, but if you do, be prepared for them to remind you that the Wii version doesn't have online play. The fighting is slightly simplified from Deadly Alliance and Deception, with each character now having 2 fighting styles that can be changed on the fly instead of 3. What the game loses in depth, it makes up for in playability. With fewer moves to have to remember, it's a lot easier to just jump in and have some fun. Also new to the game are air combos. If you pop your opponent into the air, you can jump after them and perform a few Dragon Ball-esque mid-air punches and kicks before tossing them back to the ground below. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance introduced Conquest mode to the series, which in that game was simply completing a series of training exercises for each character. Deception expanded this into a full-fledged adventure. Unfortunately, with a lot of time-dependent secrets, you pretty much had to go to GameFAQs to find them all. Armageddon continues the tradition of the Grand Quest, but it's far less adventure and far more action. Taking a cue from the success of the spin-off game Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, Midway has turned the Conquest mode into more of a beat-em-up. There are still secrets and some exploring to do, but the main focus is squarely where it should be, on the action. Every so often, you'll take a break from smashing through the mobs and mobs of faceless denizens and meet up with a familiar character from the Mortal Kombat universe. Chances are, when that happens, you're going to be fighting them in the more traditional Mortal Kombat style. Another feature of Mortal Kombat Armageddon is Motor Combat, an MK-themed kart racer. As chibi versions of several beloved Mortal Kombat characters, you'll race through various locations, each with different hazards, and try to beat your opponents across the finish line. Unfortunately, due to the poor controls, boring track design, and rubber band AI, Motor Combat is the weakest part of the Armageddon package and gets old almost before you've begun playing. Another brand new feature in Mortal Kombat Armageddon is the ability to create your own combatant. Using the coins you've collected in the other areas of the game, you can buy different clothes and moves to create your dream fighter. There's quite a variety of items, and the game lets you customize your character from head to toe. If, for example, you want to bring Sailor Moon into the game, you can get a blonde meatball hairstyle, a tiara, a more than slightly skanky schoolgirl outfit, and finish it off with some big red vinyl boots. Then you choose the moves you want your fighter to have, either picking from preset lists or choosing them individually. The only drawback to the Kreate-a-Kombatant mode is that you can only have one custom fighter per profile. You can save several profiles to get around this, but each profile has its own coins and unfortunately must also buy the parts separately. And the best part about creating a character, of course, is using them in the game to kick major amounts of butt. Whether you choose to make a Sailor Moon look-alike, go with the classy defense lawyer look, or anything in between, it's entirely up to you. The staple of the Mortal Kombat series from the very beginning has been the fatality. They've returned once again in Armageddon, but have been completely revamped. Gone are the character-specific fatalities in favor of the new Kreate-a-Fatality system. This lets you customize the exact amount of punishment you want to deliver to a foe, whether it's a simple decapitation or something more gruesome, like tearing 2 arms off, ripping out a couple of ribs, not 1, but 2 kicks to the beanbag, and finally popping their head like a zit. So, should you pick up Mortal Kombat Armageddon? It's a no-brainer. This game's got heart, and with so many modes, it easily stands well enough on its own and sets itself apart from the crowd. If price is a concern, you may want to opt for the cheaper PS2 or Xbox version, but no matter how you play it, Mortal Kombat Armageddon is about as much fun as you can legally have.